It's time once again for Uncle Matt's bedtime story. Hello, everybody. It's Uncle Matt, and I'm here to read you another bedtime story. And boy, am I excited because today is International Picking Day. That's right, International Nose Picking Day. Do you nose pick? Do you do this and eat it, maybe? I think I did when I was a kid. We'll leave it at that. Yes, International Nose Picking Day, and we have a great story for it. Today's story is Billy's Booger. Yes, Billy's Booger, a memoir, sorta, by William Joyce and his younger self. William Joyce. Yes, William Joyce has written a few other books, and I'm going to try to find out here. Didn't do my research. William Joyce. He did write some pretty cool books, some big ones recently. That's right, William Joyce. He wrote some books called Roly Poly Oly, and it was a TV show as well. And George Shrinks, also a TV show and a book, and some books. And my lights just went out. But here we go. I'm going to try to turn those on. Maybe. That's a little better. Maybe we'll try to leave it on. Okay. So, excuse me. All right. Billy's Booger, a memoir, again by William Joyce and his younger self. Are you ready? Here we go. Once upon a time, when TV was in black and white, and there were only 3 channels, and when kids didn't have playdates, they just roamed free in the outdoors, there lived a kid named Billy. Billy loved monster movies and cartoons and comic books, and something called the funny papers. During the week, the funnies were small and in black and white, but on Sundays they were huge and in color. And if you spread them all out, they would fill a room. And sometimes a whole day. There's some comics there. Billy wished school was more like the funny papers, but his efforts at making math more fun were not entirely successful. Billy also found regular sports too regular. He did much better at sports he invented, but the PE teacher didn't entirely agree. Every now and then, Billy would get sent home from school with a note. But his parents always wrote back, you should see the stuff he does at home. There's a little bit here of the note. Dear Mr. and Mrs. Billy, your son has been very odd as of late, and while we always try to encourage creativity, we cannot condone full-fledged blah, 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 blah. Didn't really finish the note there for me to read. So he's a little odd. Then one day, Mrs. Pagely, the librarian, announced there would be a contest to see which kid could make the best kids' book. Billy's brain was about to explode. He asked the librarian for books on many different subjects: meteors, mythology, space travel, mucus. What have I done? Miss Pagely worried. And it says here for the book contest, this is how it's rated. The books will be judged in these categories: neatness, 10 possible points; spelling, 10 possible points; vocabulary, 10 possible points; punctuation, 10 possible points; grammar, 10 possible points; imagination, 10 possible points. For the next few days, Billy thought and read and wrote and drew. Well, his nose is certainly the grindstone, said Billy's dad. I wonder what kind of note he'll get this time, said his sister. But Billy didn't hear them. He was living the dream. Oh, the name of his book? Billy's Booger, the memoir of a little green nose buddy. And there actually is another book within a book here. We're going to read it. Chapter 1, I Am Sneezed. I was just a regular booger inside the regular nose of a regular kid named Billy. All the other boogers were there, Nick and Ed on the left, me and Curly on the right. We were watching Billy do his math. Billy went exploring, so we had to hide. He's been biting his nails again, said Curly. Must be a math test coming up, said Ed. Too bad we can't help him, I said. Right then, way in outer space, a star sneezed, and out came this meteorite that zoomed all the way to Earth and through Billy's window. Whoa! The meteorite bonked Billy right on the top of his head. We were all knocked out cold. Then Billy sneezed, and out I came. Boink, achoo! Chapter 2, Super Booger. When we wake up, I had incredible math powers and was green, really green, and I decided that I would use my powers to help poor Billy out. Well, the name Super Booger stuck. I was faster than a speeding spitball, more powerful than the meanest bully, able to leap tall swing sets with a single sneeze. Then Billy started getting amazing and totally diff green peas and chocolate, and he could wear a cape, and he could be interesting all at the same time. Superpowers they weren't from mine. He could turn, could fly. Oh, wow. He was generally super. And with my help, Billy could do the hardest math any teacher ever taught. Even the president asked Billy math advice. Billy, can you help me? I've got to know how many candy bars we need to give to all the kids of the US of A. My calculations show that 4 bazillion candy bars should do it. That's 1,000 bars a year per kid. Thanks, Billy. Sure, Prez. Chapter 3, and so Billy became the go-to kid on the whole darn planet when it came to math stuff and bad guys and supervillains and crime. Nick and Ed and Curly just stayed nose side. They got gypped out of superpowers. Oh, I see. But whenever the need arrived, I'd blast out 2 out of Billy's nose, and we would save the day. Out, and away, our motto. The end. Don't bet on it. Huh. Published in the USA by Billy. Principal Blisterbaum would be the judge for the contest. Billy liked the principal. He got sent to him all the time, especially during the science fair. He called Billy one of the most challenging students ever. So the day the winners were announced, Billy was pretty excited. But he didn't win first place. He didn't win second place. He didn't win third place. He didn't get an honorable mention. He didn't get a note from his teacher. He didn't even get sent to the principal. He didn't get anything. It was a long walk home. His mom and dad were concerned about him. Even his sister was worried. Billy is so normal now. It's weird. A week or so later, Billy glumly took all the library books back, even the ones about mucus. Mrs. Pagely smiled at him in a nutty sort of way. Then Billy heard laughing. Some of his friends and some older kids were at the table reading a book. This is hilarious. I want to check this out next. This book should have won something. I put all the contest books in the library, said Mrs. Pagely, but yours has checked out the most, Billy. He hadn't won first, or second, or third, or an honorable mention, but his book was now in the library, and it was checked out the most. This made Billy smile in a Billy sort of way. You get a 20 in imagination, said one of Billy's pals, but Billy didn't hear him. His mind was on fire. He wasn't so normal, it was weird anymore. And he was still Mr. Blisterbaum's most challenging student. So it looks like he got for neatness a 3, spelling 3, terrible though inventive, vocabulary 4, extremely inventive, punctuation 3, pull back on the exclamation marks, grammar 6, which was bizarre, and imagination 20 points. No problem here as usual, with a total of 39. So work on those low scores, Billy. I look forward to what you come up with next year, Mr. Blisterbaum. P.S. You're still my most challenging student. And the walk home? Well, it was just the beginning of a long, long adventure. The end. Well, pretty good there, Billy. Hard to be normal sometimes. Well, I hope you enjoyed the story today. It, again, is International Nose Picking Day, so we'll take a moment where you can just do that, pick your nose. Maybe put it on a tissue or something. Try not to eat it. Ready? That's all the time we have for Uncle Matt's bedtime story. I hope you enjoyed that story, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.